I feel like this whole ban that they're about to put, not ban, but limit they're about to put on Section 8 is like the best thing they could have possibly done. Because I be trying to figure out why anybody would need Section 8 for 40 plus years just to pass it down to their child and grandchild, great grandchild, generations upon generations, saving hella money on rent. And it's people who haven't even gotten a chance to experience that. You get what I'm saying? To get that help or assistance. You just thriving off of it. Like, you just comfortable. Like,
I'm back. And I wanted to address a lot of these ignorant comments up under my Section 8 post. Especially the people, job application. Didn't I tell you motherfuckers not all, but most of Section 8 people work a job? We get it. Y'all know the word job. Find another word. Because I'm really fucking sick of hearing it. Job. Like, shut the fuck up. They got jobs. They do. Yeah. And it looks like Section 8 not going nowhere. Where's it going? Orange Face ain't said nothing about it. Y'all want it gone. But it ain't going nowhere. And you still not getting it. So you can hate on these people all you want, baby. And they gonna still work their job. And they gonna still live in their nice houses. Who gonna do me something?
Something needs to be done about Section 8 housing because there's a massive amount of fraud within the program. If you really think about it, the goal of the Section 8 program is to give people who are down on their luck a temporary break so they can get back up on their feet. But now, more and more people are taking advantage of the Section 8 program, staying in the program permanently, and not thinking about improving their lives or finding better work to eventually get off the program one day. And because of these people scamming and taking advantage of the Section 8 program, taxpayers are paying more and more money for more and more people to be in the program. I believe massive reforms on the Section 8 program need to happen, and it needs to happen quick because this has been a problem going on for the longest time, and now we're almost reaching a breaking point because of how high our national deficit is, and we no longer have the money nor the resources to keep supporting these people leeching off the program.
When I first heard of Section 8 and public assistance, it sounded like I hit the jackpot. Like, I'm finally here. I finally get to live a good life, rent-free. I get to keep my money in my pocket because I get my rent paid. Little did I know that it would ruin my life. I got Section 8 after I had my second child. I applied to all these wait lists and I finally got it. And I got to choose the neighborhood I wanted to live in. I got to pick the house that I wanted to live in as long as it fit the budget. I got to choose how many bedrooms that I got. It was so wonderful. At that time, I didn't know that my then boyfriend, who already had a felony, would not be able to live with me anymore. So now, us living together had to be a secret. When it was time for inspection, I was hiding his shoes and hiding his clothes and hiding his belongings so that they wouldn't know that there was a man living with me, which caused tension. It caused, some resentment, and I'll talk about that later. But at that time, I didn't know how it was causing a separation between us. But we did it. You hear a knock at the door, and you wondered if it's management or maintenance or somebody who gonna see him there. So, again, we would hide and sneak around and make it seem like, he didn't live there. And then it became one of those things that you don't live here. You can't even be on a lease. Not seeing how it would later on tear our family apart in many ways.
HUD sent a letter to all Section 8 programs across the country on December 22nd, 2025, telling housing authorities they need to get their costs in check. The letter said Section 8 programs need to stop issuing vouchers, lower their payment standards, and reassess the rent reasonableness for the rents that they're paying to their landlord. Goes on to say a bunch of other scary stuff. But the key important things are, if housing authorities listen to this and do it, which they absolutely should because funding is going to be jacked, payment standard decreases result in tenant portions of rent going up. Rent reasonableness adjustments result in the landlord's rent going down, which is why I say all the time, and I've been saying for weeks, Section 8 programs need to drop the rents on the landlords. Now HUD is coming out and saying that to housing authorities, all of them, which they absolutely should do because the funding is going to be crazy in 26. The letter said a bunch of other stuff about, what happens if you don't. They're not guaranteeing anything. So,
listen, I already knew it was coming. Section 8, they are doing a budget cut. Okay? So those people who have been on Section 8 for more than 2 years, they about to send y'all a letter letting y'all know to be aware about y'all having to figure it out between, like I said, 60 and 90 days. Public housing, also, y'all gonna be receiving a letter too. They already said each state is gonna receive a letter. And this Donald Trump saying this. Donald Trump made this rule. Okay? So they tired of y'all living off Section 8. They sick of it, so they done figured it out. They gonna make y'all pay regular rent like everybody else doing. But yeah, do y'all research if y'all don't believe me. Period.
Do you know why most California residents apply for Section 8 and it takes up to 5 to 10 years to get accepted? That's because most people receive notifications in the mail to respond, but can't respond back due to not having a mailing address. So now you push back to square one. Let me tell you how you can receive Section 8 in less than 2 years and keeping up with updated notifications. Did you know that you can use your local Department of Public Social Services mailing address? And did you also know that you can be assigned to a caseworker and your caseworker can push you to the front of the waiting list of a Section 8 to receive your Section 8 voucher? Ask me how, and I can explain in more details. I hope that helps.
My bad, I thought I explained it pretty good, but if I can just sum it all up, right? I got out of foster care in 2023. I turned 21. Now I had the option to be in a program from 21 to 25 years old where they just want you to go to school or work and they'll give you checks, and with those checks you have to pay a certain amount for rent, and they put that in a savings account for you, and once you complete the program they'll give it back to you. But I said, nah, I'm not doing that. Forget social workers. I'm done with foster care. Let me get on Section 8. Now when I first got on Section 8, I was working part-time and I didn't have a car note. Things changed. I elevated. I got to a better job. I got the schedule that I got. I'm not working weekends. I needed this. Now, child support was a little iffy, back in 2024, but he had to pay large sums here and there. So when they did the annual recertification, they included the fact that he had to make overpayments, even though that's not his set amount that he pays. So they upped my rent a couple $100s. Since they did that, and I'm like calling them up real quick, I'm like, hey, I still got a car note. Like, I could barely afford this. And they're like, we did the recertification, you have to pay what we told you to pay, basically. So I'm definitely stuck in between a hard place where I'm just like, dang, like I shouldn't have been on Section 8 to begin with, because I could have been in the transitional housing probably further than what I am now, because it wasn't about you having to pay a certain amount of money based off how much you make. It was just go to school or go to work. Here's your check. Give us some money so you can pay rent and we'll save it for you. I just feel stuck. I truly feel stuck because I want to elevate while being on Section 8, but I'm just held back because of my income. But that ain't doing nothing. So yes, I keep going back and forth and I'm thinking like, should I go back to school and just quit my job?
If I go back to school to quit my job, mind you, I've did some research. The schools that I've been looking into that is doable for me to go to, I won't be able to work my full-time job and go. So it's like, if I quit my job, they're not going to take me off of Section 8. They're just going to look on my child support payments and be like, okay, well, you have to pay this since you're technically still getting money from child support. Which is a problem because that child support payment is not going to cover whatever rent that they're going to up it to or adjust it to, plus my car note. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
If you're on Section 8 going into 2026, you need to start preparing for what I think is coming your way. So going into 2026, half of the Section 8 programs across the country are already in a shortfall status, meaning they're not going to receive enough funding to cover the cost for all of the vouchers that they're currently administering. With funding for Section 8, what that means is you're not going to have new vouchers being issued from the majority of waiting lists. You'll have a lot more housing authorities going into a shortfall status, and so you'll see housing authorities having to take cost-cutting measures to reduce their expenses. And what I mean by cost-cutting measures is changes in policy that will result in tenants paying a higher portion of their income towards their rent. These policy changes generally come in changes of payment standards, and it also generally comes in changes in the way that your voucher size is determined. Housing authorities also will stop allowing residents to port their voucher from one jurisdiction to another jurisdiction, unless under certain situations where you're trying to move to will absorb your voucher. It's a technical thing, but it's going to become more difficult for you to take your voucher, say, from, Salt Lake City and move it to Los Angeles. It will also affect landlords. Landlords should be prepared to expect lower HAP payments from housing authorities and more rent having to be collected from tenants as these policy changes are enacted. So as a resident of Section 8, what can you do about it? Well, my recommendation is to make sure you're in an appropriately sized unit that matches your voucher size. That is the key to minimizing impacts of potential increases in your rent responsibility.
Have you heard about what's going on with Section 8 and the big, beautiful bill? My name is Tia, and I'm your favorite mortgage loan officer here, licensed in 50 states. And let's see what the big, beautiful bill is all about as it relates to Section 8. The big, beautiful bill contains tax and spending policies that were signed into law by President Trump July 4th, 2025. Now let's talk about Section 8 as it relates to this one big, beautiful bill. The one major criteria for the Section 8 as it relates to the bill is you have only 2 years to be on the program. Now this bill excludes the disabled and the elderly. So now is definitely the time to get your ducks in a row if you are in fact on Section 8. So if you want to turn your voucher into home ownership, share this video, comment below home owner, and I will help you get your keys to your new home.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, I see you guys gonna want to have to go live with this. I'm not accepting no Section 8 anymore issue, so I'm stitching my own video. So everybody wants me to share the letter that people are starting to receive, and I want to share the letter, but I want people to understand what I'm sharing, because it seems like a lot of y'all are gonna have to fuck around and find out. Just like the president said he was getting rid of all of the people and sending them back to their hometowns, and y'all didn't believe him. Now that this no Section 8 2-year limit thing is come around, this has been, see, the funny thing about it is it's been in the works before, but because we were under a Democratic president, he didn't bother with that. But now that we are a Republican country now, he's going to bother with it. He's already cutting out food stamps. So if you getting food stamps and you think you can go in there and buy all kinds of ho-ho and good buzz, all that stuff, you're not buying that. You're not buying that anymore. So you can fuck around and find out if you want to about this Section 8. But there's a lot of other things that come with him taking us out of the Section 8 sector for 2 years. He's also offering free schooling. So in order for me to share the letter, we got to talk about the entire letter. So it's not all bad, but it's bad enough, but it's not all bad. So we're going to go and do a live so y'all can shut up about the no, I'm not accepting Section 8 anymore. Peace, guys.
Don't worry about the people on Section 8. They're well rested. They've been resting for a long time. They ready, okay? It's y'all that we worried about because y'all burnt out already. So I don't know what y'all gonna do, but don't y'all worry about us, okay?
Y'all got upset because I said people on Section 8 needs to prioritize their finances versus vacations. But y'all try to come for me and say they sometimes could be working more hours than me, more money than me, and pay more in rent. That statement can't be true because I know how much I make and I don't qualify for government assistance. And for the people that are defending people on Section 8 and government assistance, it's crazy to me. You're talking about, oh, they're taking advantage of the government. The government always takes advantage of us. But what about this? The people that are taking advantage of the government and can work a job 40, 50, 60 hours a week like I am, who pays a rent, who pays a mortgage, pays all the bills with the cash that they earn from work, then why are you taking advantage of government assistance when there's a grandma out there with no legs who can't work, who needs Section 8, but they can't get it because y'all hogging all of it? Because last I checked, you have to qualify to get on Section 8, and your income for a single person needs to be $24,000 to qualify. And a household of 4 plus needs to be under $45,000. So it can't be possible that these people are going on vacation talking about at least they make more money. There's no fucking way. I don't care what y'all say. $45,000 a year for 5 people to be able to qualify for Section 8 is crazy. Give it to the grandmas that actually need it, who can't work. People who are disabled, who can't work. Why you guys want to defend people like that? Hogging up all the systems when they don't need it. They need to assist their ass up out of their house and go work.
I promise you, I wouldn't have even got on Section 8, bro. As soon as I aged out of foster care, I should have just did the THP Plus, where you can be in a shared apartment until you're 25. Now, I'm on the waiting list, and I'm able to go back this year in, like, July, August. But it's like, say if I wait, I go, move in, and I start school. Mind you, LPN is like 14 months. I turn 25 next November. Who's to say I don't start school until, I don't know, December, depending on how classes are looking, maybe September. That's still gonna leave me without nothing, because clearly I'm gonna have to quit my job or whatever, and whatever pay stubs I show to the apartment that I'm trying to move into, it ain't gonna happen. Like, it's just not gonna work. So I'm just like, yeah, it would be cool because I technically wouldn't have to work while I'm on that program, but I'm not gonna have pay stubs to show once I'm out of the program when I try to get my own apartment. And then also, like, if I'm about to be strictly going to school, I'm not even gonna really have the money for real to save up to get an apartment. Like, you know, when you're in nursing school, you're broke. You're broke.
Okay, whatever y'all doing, stop. Now, listen to me. This is about to blow you guys' fucking minds. Excuse my French. But did y'all hear about President Trump's decision to end Section 8? Did y'all, hello, for the ones in the back, did y'all hear it? Did you hear it? If you haven't, you better go and, because he's trying to get rid of all the Section 8. No more free rent, okay? All right? Gucci, Louis, all of you guys traveling all around the world and shit because y'all got Section 8 paying your rent. That is over. Yeah, it's over. So go get a job, and by the way, I'm hiring.
I pay for people to live. I pay for people. No, you don't. You don't pay for nobody's Section 8. You don't pay for nobody housing. You don't pay for nobody roof. You do not. I stand on what I stand on. I don't care what none of y'all say. You ain't out here paying for nobody food stamps, Medicaid, TANF, or no damn Section 8. So keep talking in the comments like y'all doing. I don't care. And I stand on what I stand on. Y'all up there talking about something. Did she graduate from high school? Yep, I sure did. Did she read her check stub? Plenty of them. I sure do. And did. And everyone that I went over, it don't say welfare. It don't say Medicaid. It don't say Section 8 housing. It don't say public housing. It don't say none of that. So I don't know what to tell y'all. But what you're not going to do is keep thinking that you're going to come for me. I stand on what I stand on, and I said what I said, and ain't nothing y'all going to do about it. But get mad, choke off your water, and talk shit in the comments. And that's all you going to do. You ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Out here talking about who you pay for. Go pay for your mama stuff. Get her out that home and put her in your home and put her in that bed and do that. That's what you need to be paying for, because you ain't paying for nobody over this way or that way or the east, the west, the south, or the north.
Tell me why. Today's the day of my inspection. And I hear my neighbor talking about something. Y'all worry about my house when the girl next door be making mad noise and shit. First of all, my music just be loud. There ain't nothing wrong with playing fucking music. This is my crib. I pay my bills. You don't. And then I hate the people who like to clown about having motherfucking Section 8 because you ain't getting me out this bitch. Yeah, I got that shit. You ain't getting me out. And I'm gonna say it loud and proud because all y'all on that motherfucking waiting list. Talking about some, oh, you got Section 8, you got Section 8. Well, bitch, I don't give a fuck because all y'all on that waiting list waiting for Section 8. Like, hello. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that because, like, don't piss me off.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stock up on your groceries, because those grocery prices are going to skyrocket come November 1st. Whether you're on SNAP or not, just know that we are going to suffer when this comes into effect. So if you can, get your turkeys in advance, get your hams in advance, put them in the freezer, get as much as you can at the prices that they are now.
Lead with Housing Authority. Hey, how you doing, sir? Is Jasmine Thornton there?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Lee, with Housing Authority. We're here to serve an eviction. I don't know. They said that you people that you had, 30-day notice, everything. Hold on, sir. Please, sir. Don't touch him. No, sir. Listen. Everybody, calm down. Okay, who is the? Okay, are you? Who is this, ma'am?
That's my boyfriend.
Oh, is okay. How you doing? I'm Lee with Housing Authority.
I'm good. What's going on?
She is currently late on her rent, 3 months behind.
Late on my rent.
Yeah.
3 months behind.
Yeah, and this is my mover. He's moving things. He's the the one that's my part of my team.
Hold on,
listen, bro. Listen. Can you talk to him? Listen, y'all. Everybody, calm down. Everybody just relax.
Well, we calm.
He is supposed to be moving things.
Well, I ain't getting no letter. I don't know this shit. This ain't that.
Listen, bro. Listen, I need everybody to come. Listen, bro. Calm. You need to relax, bro. Listen, you need to calm down. Listen, bro. He is doing his job. He is doing his job.
Watch out, bro. He ain't tell me
He is doing his job.
He ain't tell me.
Listen.
He ain't tell me.
Listen. I got the letter right here. Listen. Here's the letter. Here you go.
I ain't never get none of this.
So they said they've been giving you notices for like the past 3 months. You haven't been. You're late. They give you 30 days.
Hey, you rent. Okay. What you talking about? You should have paid this earlier.
Now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days.
You need to listen to me very, very closely, or you will lose your free housing for you and your family of 7 for the rest of your life. Go to the owner of that property and ask them in writing, if I move out in the next week, will you drop the eviction? More than likely, they will say yes. Make sure you get that in writing, and then make sure you get out of that property and leave it spotless and ready for the next person to rent it out. If you decide to play TikTok attorney and take this to court, you will lose, because you're not supposed to have 7 people in a 2-bedroom Section 8 property. And before you even get to the lobby of that courthouse, your social security number would have already been reported to the Federal Housing Authority or HUD, and you would have been revoked from the Section 8 program in all 50 states because you had an eviction on your record. Do not fight it, swallow your pride, and then contact me and I'll see what we can finesse. Now, if you have at least $15,000 in cash and you want to learn how to buy your first Section 8 rental property, click the link in the bio and I'll show you exactly how.
If you ever find yourself in this situation, why would you ignore the letters? Because you're getting free money, essentially, government subsidies to your your housing, to your rent. So don't ignore the letters, address them, and work out some type of deal with your landlord. That's always preferable to getting kicked out and getting an eviction on your record. Because with that eviction on your record, you're not going to be able to participate in the Section 8 program anymore. That goes to your government subsidies, and that goes hundreds if not thousands of dollars a month to your rent. Be smart and be responsible and work out a deal with your landlord.